and a very warm welcome to all of you. This is our afternoon segment of Game On, where we get you all the latest from the world of sports. So, a bit of a break and respite from everything else happening around the world and just look at what's going on in the sporting field. So, let's begin with cricket then. Even as India try to come to terms with the shocking home series whitewash against New Zealand, the management is scrambling to find a replacement for captain Rohit Sharma for the first test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy. And so far, one candidate whose name has been doing the rounds in the media hasn't managed to impress the selectors. KL Rahul's hopes of a test recall, they suffered a huge blow as Australia's Australia A's Michael Nesser ripped apart India A batting on the opening morning of the four-day encounter at the MCG. It was a green bouncy pitch that Indian batters were given to bat on, and they soon slumped to 65 for 5 before Dhruv Jurel, who was brought in over Ishan Kishan in the second game. He scored a 79 not out to give some respectability to the total. India were all out for 152. KL Rahul, he got off the mark with a lovely on drive off the first ball of Scott Boland. 3 balls later, Boland bowled a short of a length delivery that seemed away, catching the edge, sending KL Rahul back for 4. Then Abhimanyu Easwaran, the other contender for Rohit Sharma's spot in that first test in case Rohit is not available. He also failed to impress as he was caught in the gully for a duck trying to defend a rising delivery. Interestingly, Abhimanyu was selected for the Border Gavaskar Trophy as the designated third opener, and at the time of selection he had scored 4 back-to-back centuries in 4 first-class matches. Now Rahul, on the other hand, is a candidate for the middle order because he's been batting in the middle order since the 2023-24 South Africa tour. In the middle order, he has 339 runs in 10 innings at an average of 37.66, which is higher than his career figure of 33.87 over 53 tests, and it included a century at Centurion and 2 50s. But Rahul is an experienced opening batter as well. He is one of the only 2 Asian openers to have scored test centuries in England, South Africa and Australia. Though, since that time, a lot has changed. KL Rahul has now been batting in the middle order. He no longer has been opening. And in fact, in the recent times, he batted at number 6 in the recent home series against Bangladesh. Then he returned with the scores of a duck and 12 in the first test against New Zealand, after which he was dropped from the team. So he hasn't been in great form. But it's his experience of playing in difficult conditions in Australia that it seems has made the management look at him as a replacement for Rohit Sharma. Now, Dhruv Jurel, he is impressed today. He's the only one who was among the runs, 79 not out for Dhruv Jurel. That could see him replace Sarfaraz Khan in the playing 11 in Perth. But the sudden addition of KL Rahul and Dhruv Jurel in that India A squad does smack of desperation among the selectors and management as to what they should do in case Rohit Sharma is not available. All right, a lot of Champions League results from last night. Let's take you through them. Arsenal's unbeaten run in this season's Champions League was brought to a halt by a controversial first-half penalty as Inter Milan won at the San Siro. The hosts were awarded a spot kick seconds before the break when Mikel Merino was deemed to have handled the ball. Although there was little he could do to move out of Mendy Taremi's way, but the decision stood after a check by the VAR, and Hakan Kalhanglu, he confidently sent the penalty down the middle. Arsenal laid siege to the Inter goal in the second half with Kai Havertz denied by home keeper Jan Sommer and having another effort deflected just wide, but Inter defended superbly to move to 10 points from 4 games. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal had 14 goal attempts in the second half, but they lacked creativity and are now outside the top 8 automatic qualifiers for the knockout phase with 7 points. Arteta was left frustrated as he felt his side also should have had a penalty for what he thought was a foul on Merino by Sommer. The first meeting between the clubs for 21 years began with Inter on top, and they were denied an early goal when Denzel Dumfries, he thumped a ferocious shot against the crossbar. Then Calhanoglu, he went close before the game turned into a cagey affair with neither side taking any risks. Arsenal had looked comfortable but were cursing their luck when Merino was adjudged to have blocked a flick on by Mendy Taremi and Romanian referee Istvan Kovac. He pointed to the spot. A VAR check could not save Arsenal, and there was never any doubt that penalty wizard Calhanoglu would beat David Raya. Inter were content to soak up the pressure in the second half, with Arsenal lacking the invention to break them down. The closest the visitors came to equalizing was when Dumfries cleared the ball off the line following a corner. Arsenal now have won only 2 of their last games in all competitions, although the sight of captain Martin Odegaard coming off the bench after a lengthy injury absence offered a silver lining for the travelling fans in the San Siro.
Well, I don't understand. It's just a deflection. There is no danger at all. You cannot react because the ball is very close. But okay, they decide that it's a penalty. But then if that's a penalty, the one on Mikel Merino, when he punches in the head, it has to be 1,000% a penalty. And these are the margins in this game, and very, very difficult to accept. The consent tonight is the result, and obviously that in both boxes, at the end, we didn't do what we have to do. When we didn't, then someone else didn't. And that's it. But for sure, this is the way that I want to see my team. And all the big games that we have played in Europe, by far, this was the best one that we played in the last few years.
Barcelona looked to be unstoppable. Striker Robert Lewandowski, he scored a goal in each half to help Barcelona secure a comprehensive 5-2 win at Red Star Belgrade in the Champions League, which means they finished Matchday 4 in the top 8 of the Champions League standings for the first time this season. It was another commanding victory for La Liga leaders Barcelona, who are in an imperious vein of form, scoring 24 goals in 6 successive wins in all competitions, including thrashings of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Barca climbed to 6th place in the 36-team Champions League table with 9 points. Red Star languishing in the 35th spot with no points from 4 games. Manager Hansi Flick, he made 2 changes to the Barcelona team, who beat local rivals Espanyol 3-1 in La Liga on Sunday, giving Dutch midfielder Frankie de Jong his first start since recovering from an ankle injury. It took the Spanish side only 13 minutes to open the scoring when defender Inigo Martinez netted a close-range header from a Rafinha free kick. But Silas beat Barca's aggressive offside trap to equalize with a tidy finish from a quick counter-attack. Barca held their nerve, however, and stuck to their aggressive game plan, pressuring the home side high. Lewandowski fired home a rebound from a Rafinha strike in the 43rd minute and extended Barca's lead 8 minutes into the second half after a cross by Jules Koundé. The French fullback, he was exceptional on the night, also set up Rafinha for Barca's 4th and provided his 3rd assist in the 76th minute, putting the ball on a plate for Fermin Lopez to fire home Barca's 5th from inside the box before substitute Milson reduced the deficit for the home side. It wasn't all smooth sailing for Barca, though, as the young PAOK, he had to leave the pitch when he was hit by the boot of Uros Spajic. He later was given 10 stitches, and Gavi, he called him a warrior on Instagram. Flick confirmed that the La Masia product is now fine. With 15 goals scored in 4 games, Barca have the best attack in the Champions League this season, with Rafinha, Lewandowski level with Bayern Munich's Harry Kane and Sporting's Victor Gyökeres as the competition's top scorers on 5 goals.
The vision was clear. It was clear. We want to win. We want to win 3 points. So you saw yesterday how difficult it is to win away. So our focus was really on the 3 points, and I'm really happy with the team because they they played really good with the ball, and also about 90 minutes really all against the ball. It was really good to see that. Also with the substitution, changed nothing, and this is very good. And I'm sure that they have the confidence now, not only after this match, but also about the whole season we played now. At the moment it's not easy to train a lot, so we have a lot of matches, and also it continue after the break. But what I have to say is that the team is doing really great, because they love to play football. They love to compete against every team, and this is really good. The best of the best. They like to compete against every team, nothing comparing, and also with a high performance. And we want to be sometime there, and we are working hard for that.
Paris Saint-Germain's disappointing Champions League campaign continued on Wednesday as they slumped to a last gasp 2-1 home defeat by Atletico Madrid that left the League One leaders in the elimination zone. Warren Zaire, Emery's opener, was quickly cancelled out by the visitors Nahuel Molina in the first half of a largely disappointing match, which ended with Angel Correa stabbing in the winner 3 minutes into added time. On 4 points from as many games, PSG are 25th in the 36-team lead, 6 points behind fellow League One teams Monaco and Stade Brestois, while Atletico Madrid moved out of the red zone with 6 points. PSG next travel to Bayern Munich and RB Salzburg, while Atletico plays Sparta Prague away and Slovan Bratislava at home. Bayern Munich's Jamal Musiala headed home in the second half to give the hosts a 1-0 victory over Benfica in the Champions League as they bounced back from 2 consecutive defeats in the competition. Germany midfielder Musiala scored with a bullet header from close range in the 67th minute, with Bayern dominating and missing several chances before breaking the deadlock. The result lifted the Germans to 6 points from 4 matches and into the 17th place, with Benfica, who were toothless in the attack, also on 6 in the 19th place. Bayern, who are undefeated and are in top spot in the Bundesliga, broke the deadlock with that Musiala header from a Harry Kane assist to take a deserved lead. The visitors had succeeded for large periods in soaking up the pressure, but had little to offer in terms of attack, with only one effort towards goal in the entire game to Bayern's 23. Now, it's been a tough period for Manchester United, and the Red Devils will aim to somehow get their campaign back on track. They are awaiting a new era under a new coach after the departure of Erik ten Hag last week. United announced the appointment of Portuguese Ruben Amorim last Friday, and he will arrive from Primeira Liga club Sporting on November 11th on a contract until June 2027. But in the meantime, it's their interim coach, Ruud van Nistelrooy, who will need to manage the team for 2 games before the international break starts. Manchester United will be hosting Greek side PAOK at Old Trafford in their Europa League clash, and they've been boosted by the return of their centre-back Lenny Oro in team training after he recovered from a foot injury, having picked up that injury during a pre-season friendly against Arsenal. He underwent a surgery in early August. United had signed the highly rated youngster from French club Lille on a contract until June 2029, with the deal reportedly worth 62 million euros. Midfielders Christian Eriksen, Mason Mount and Antony were also in training on Wednesday following injury absences, but defender Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw remain unavailable. Interim coach Ruud van Nistelrooy was asked about not just the return of Euro, but also his future at the club. He took charge of Manchester United after the sacking of fellow Dutchman Erik ten Hag. He's already managed 2 games so far, guiding the team to a 5-2 win over Leicester and a 1-1 draw against Chelsea. The former United striker is enjoying his time as the interim boss, but doesn't know what the future holds for him. Although Manchester United are unbeaten in the Europa League, they've only managed to secure 3 draws. They have, however, improved since Ten Hag's departure and will go in as the big favourites to win this game. They want to make sure, though, that they do not waste their chances in front of the goal, and for that to happen, they will want Bruno Fernandes to step up.
Obviously, it wasn't an easy period over the last week, but I think the players reacted really well with the Leicester game and also in the Chelsea game, and we're looking to build on that. And yeah, that's why I'm so focused on today and tomorrow to do well for the short spell that I'm responsible for this football club, and I take that as a big responsibility. It's difficult to comment on that now. I'm waiting conversations to take place, and in the meantime, obviously, there's one thing that's the most important for this football club now is getting the work done on a daily basis. And in the game coming up tomorrow in Europe, it's a European night at Old Trafford against the Greek champions, second in the league current. So I have to say that I feel the responsibility to do well over the next week, and that's my job. So please, don't how do I say it? I'm focused on that and on the others. As I said, I welcome Ruben. Happy here to help him, and that's the situation for the moment.
Former Manchester City defender Benjamin Mendy, he won a partial victory in his case against the Premier League club for over £11 million in unpaid wages as he was charged with and acquitted of sexual offences. The France international filed an employment tribunal claim against Manchester City last year, seeking unpaid wages and interest from when City stopped paying him in September 2021 until the end of his contract in June 2023. Mendy argued City had unlawfully deducted wages that he was due under his contract, saying in a witness statement that he had been promised he would be paid after he was cleared. City's lawyers, however, said Mendy was not paid because he was not ready and able to perform his duties as a consequence of his own conduct, as he was held in custody before his trial for breaching his bail conditions. Judge Joanne Dunlop upheld part of Mendy's case in a written ruling on Wednesday. A summary of the tribunal's judgment stated the result of this decision is that Mr. Mendy will be entitled to receive the majority of his unpaid salary, although not all of it. Well, that's it in this edition of Game On. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.